welcome back to the Soul Burner 876 channel. We are here to go through my top 8 Mannadium deck profile for our Phantom Nightmare booster event. Overall, this was a pretty good tournament. Was a decent list, not very much different from my list from before. Yeah, the deck hasn't been too bad. Recently started playing it, and I'm getting better with it as I play. I made a few misplays along the way with this tournament as well, but you know, it's a learning process, and the more you play, the more you learn. For matchups, I'd pretty much say we went through the ringer. We went through a lot of meta again. So the last list I got second place, undefeated all the way to finals, all the way to losing finals. For this, I threw 2 matches. I lost to a runic stun deck. Really should have won, but I kind of did this line where I didn't search the counter trap, and that kind of cost me. But I guess, you know, I think I probably couldn't have won that game when I really checked it out. Yeah, I probably couldn't have, because he lava golden me and it burned me for 1,000 in time. So yeah, there was really no win in that game. But the other game that I lost was to Heat Soul Kashtira, and again, that was a huge misplay because he shifted me, and my hand was Fenrir, Visas, Reichart, Counter Trap, and another card. And I could have made Baron with the Counter Trap and pass, but I didn't see the line, and I thought I would. Oh, it was Nib. And I thought I would waste too much cards, so I just decided to sit behind the Fenrir, and he pushed to put more damage on the board. So by the time I tried to play, it was time, so I lost that as well. But we still managed to top. Gave the win to our teammate that unfortunately lost in top 4. But all in all, it was a great tournament, guys. I really love playing this game, and I'm going to try to go to more events and see how well I can do with this deck. I'd probably like to be playing something else, but this is fun as well. Without further ado, I'm just gonna go right into the deck profile. Alright, so this list was 45 cards. So starting off with the monsters, the standard stuff, of course, the 3 Mannadium Realm Heart, 3 Mannadium Meek. You don't need any other balls, these are the best ones. Funny, because it represents the tier elements, which is one of the best decks in history right now, one off. Yeah, so these are all the Mannadium monsters you play. We play 3 Visas Samsara. So Visa Star for us is pretty important in this deck, in the combos and everything. So you can't play with 3 level 5s that basically mostly always has to special summon. So you have his smaller form, which can basically substitute for either having him in the hand or, you know, being able to special summon him, because he counts as Visas on the field or in the grave, and then he can target any amount of banished or in the grave monsters with the name Visas, shuffle them back, and then special summon this. So this allows you to recycle your main Visas Starfrost and also your Visas Amritar, so you can, you know, probably play somewhat of a long game. Of course, the 2 Visas Starfrost himself. He goes with all rule guys to make his big corrupted form. 2 Reichart. I feel this is correct. I don't think you need more, because it kind of just searches the arrival, and you don't really want to clog the deck with too many cards that aren't doing anything. So that's why I'm playing 2. And this engine that I decided to play into the deck for today because I got the cards. One Claw Kashtira, and of course 3 Kashtira Fenrir. I was rocking some pretty awesome looking sick ultimate rares. Shout out to Lance and shout out to my bro Angus for lending me his copies for the profile. I still have not bought this card yet, but after this tournament I most certainly will, because putting this up on our board with everything else is just gut wrenching to our opponent. But yeah, that was it for all the engine pieces. Supplements for the hand traps, I cut down on those from my last list. I was only playing 2 Droll, 2 Nib, 3 Ash, and of course the 3 Imperm. Now of course we're in a Droll format, but the thing is I kind of wanted to not make the deck over 45 cards, and I still wanted to be able to see them, so I decided to just drop 1 each. This mostly because I have 2 Ultras and a single rare, so I decided to just drop the single. And then I don't really want to see too many nibs because it doesn't add to anything to my main combo, so I decided to cut 1. And then Ash is Ash. It's prevalent because there are a lot of branded players in my meta, so yeah, that was it. So that's all the monsters and hand traps that I played. For the spells, of course, 3 planets, 3 peaceful planets. So this is, I just grouped them like, you know, engines and stuff that they help out. 3 Calariums, 1 Obsession, 1 Imaginings. Now the reason why I play 1 Imagining, 1 Obsession is because, to me, once you get to establish this card and it searches you one of these, late game you don't really have much need for this anymore, unless it's a case where you use the trap card to recycle like the balls and then that sort of stuff. But then if you need the second copy, you can always recycle it with your Dispata, because Dispata shuffles in a banished card. And then this card is for the off chance that you brick with 3 Mannadium Meeps, or even 2. You draw 2 and you shuffle back 1, which makes the other one that you're going to summon live, so you can special the other one from the deck. Sure, it does play into draw more, but sometimes you really do need to put something back into the deck, and this helps out a lot in that. This should probably get a rarity bump now, seeing as we have reframing as a super now. But yeah. 2 Prime Planet Phobia. Side note also, I really like the original arts for cards, although the next card I'm not going to have the original rarity for it, but yeah. 2 Scareclaw Arrival. This is your reborn for your Scareclaw cards. Note, this is not a hard once per turn, it's not a once per turn card, and also that it brings the monsters in defense. This can also get you back to your Amritar, because once more in the grave or on the field, he is Visa Starfrost. So you can use him to facilitate like Stardust plays, and then, you know, go from there. Then for the utility cards, Word Breakers, we're playing 3 Forbidden Droplets. So this is merely for the mirror match or for the Centurion matchup, because what's going to happen is they're going to go ahead and try to go into Calamities, which doesn't let you play the game. So you kind of use this to stop them from doing that, then you can make your board or break their board from there. 2 Triple Tactic Talents. This card wasn't very overwhelming today. well, at the tournament, it was kind of underwhelming, but I'd really prefer to have it and not need it than to not have it and need it. So, yeah, I played two talents. Of course, the one reinforcement of the army. I kind of sided this card out a lot because once I was playing into boards, I just wanted cards that would lessen the chance of me playing into my opponent's draws, because once they build their boards, they're going to have the hand traps to stop me from trying to break their boards. So I kind of just lessen the odds of me running into draw before I can break their board. One call by, because as I said, this is a draw format, and then Fire Kings and all of that. So this is a very clutch card to have. The one Synchro Rumble, because it does help to facilitate your FTK. It helps to complete it. And then the one Mannadium Reframing. And that's it for the main deck. Once more, 45 cards. It was great. I'll probably go playing another version that plays less cards. Who knows? But for now, this was great. For the extra deck, I decided to play 2 Scareclaw Lightheart. This was the best decision I could make. I only own one other card, but I decided that for this tournament, because the finals that I lost, I realized that if I had one of this, one more of this in the extra deck, I probably would have won that tournament. But I didn't, because I only own one and I wanted to play with just what I own. But for this event, I decided to borrow the extra, and it turned out pretty great. 1 Cross Sheep, 1 SP Little Knight. If you can't afford the card, that is completely fine. You can substitute it for anything else that you like Unicorn, Access Code. But I'm not going to lie to you, this card is amazing at what it does, and I don't think there's any real substitute for it. But if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can play something else. And the 1 Apple. These are all the links I played. These are all the links you need. Sometimes you may run into situations where you think you need more. Trust me, you really don't. Okay. For the Syncers, standard, 1 Trisicta, 1 Stardust, well, Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. I didn't make this card a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't make this card a lot. Neither did I make this card a lot. Visas Amritar. I made this card almost every game. Literally almost every single game. Bar on the floor, of course. Every game that lasted, he was called. He's always called. This Pata. Great card. Amazing level 10 monster. That, funny enough, doesn't stick around on the field during the FTK because you use him to make the next synchro that I'm going to show you. Crimson Dragon. So Crimson Dragon gets you into this Pata, and this Pata is going to get you back into your Crimson Dragon. So you can eventually make this guy Phantasmal Lord Ultima of the Shbalkin, which gets you into this guy. Because the way I see the format, our opponents are not playing any form of fair Yu-Gi-Oh whatsoever. So I decided, hey, I'm playing a tier 2 deck. I don't see why I should be playing fair Yu-Gi-Oh either. So I'm just not letting you play the game during your turn. And then my turn comes around and I'm just going to kill you. And the last 2 cards in the extra, 2 Vicious Astrolabe. You have to play it. Of course, the Phantom Beast token and the Soul Burner Fuel Center. Can't be caught without it. That's it for the extra deck. Okay, now for my side deck. Again, this is based on my locals and the tournament. Your side deck can be whatever it is that you want or need it to be. But for my locals, this is what I wanted to play. So, yeah. 2 DD Crow. I bumped this down from 3 to 2 because I wanted to test another card today that you're gonna see as I go along. To Ghost Bell, this card is crazy in this format, literally crazy. And then this helps you to retain your Visa Starfrost, because they're going to try to use Bestials on it, they're going to try to decro it. This card just helps you to keep it into the game. And then this doubles as protection and interruption in your Labyrinth matchup as well. So multi-purpose cards. You want layered interruption and disruption and protection as well. So yeah, this is the card that I decided to try today, which I did not regret, although I misplayed at one point where I had this card in Fenrir, and what I should have done was special summon Fenrir, then special summon this card, and then, you know, play from there. But I special summoned this card, not realizing, because I did the right play in my head, but then when I realized what I did, I was like, damn. But yeah, this card is amazing. The only underwhelming card in my side deck, I didn't really board it in much. I didn't play much matchups where I felt like there were situations that came up that he would have made a difference, nor did I draw the cards that I would side for him where I would think they make a difference. One, Harpy's Feather Duster, because it is Harpy's Feather Duster, it does Harpy's Feather Duster things. Two Soul Release, because this kills your Fire King matchup. It also helps you out against your Horus matchup, your Orcus matchup. Any graveyard reliant deck, it can really help you out in a pinch. This is a great card. 2 Cosmic Cyclones. This is for your Fire King matchups. You banish the field spell and then it takes care of their field. 2 Evenly Match. I decided to cut this card down as well as the DD Crow. I don't really like siding this card, but the format kind of calls for it, so that's why I played it. But yeah, this was my side deck, and this was my deck. All in all, I think the deck performed really well. I did make a few misplays, but it did manage to get me to the top as well. I kind of wish I took down the whole tournament myself, but you know, like I said, we're getting better and we're just gonna keep at it and keep playing the game we love. So as usual, guys, shout out to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Jamaica community, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community on a whole, all over the world. Team League, Trader Shop, Lance for lending me his ultimate Fenrirs, and Angus as well for lending me secret Fenrirs that I should really get my own copies really soon. And as usual, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the deck profile in the comments. And until next time, peace.